The next tab on the My Settings page is the Custom Fields tab. Custom fields are fields that you can use to collect and hold information from your prospects and customers. Let's go ahead and add a custom field. Here we can add the custom field, and then we can choose the type of field. You'll see that we've got many types of fields to include differentiation between date and date time, day of week, a decimal number, a drop-down, email, a list box, which is a place where customers can select multiple things from a list, like a checkbox, month, name, percent, phone number, a radio button, where a person is presented with a list of things to choose from, but can only choose one from the list. Social security number, state, and you have a text and a text area field. The difference between the two is that a text field is just one line. A text area field is a field that is much larger, which allows you to type in an entire paragraph. A website, whole numbers, a year, or even a yes/no. In this case, we're going to use the drop-down. When we create the field, we can put in our options. When we create the options, we want to put a semicolon between each set of options with no spaces. With the options, we can have a space in between parts of the option, but we don't need spaces in between the options. Then we click Save. Once this field has been created, we cannot edit the options or any of the other parts of the field other than the name. Okay, let's go see what these fields look like in a contact record. To get to Contacts, you would choose the main navigation and then come down to Contact. I have that tab open already. So let's look at this contact record. You'll see you have the first tab, which is primary fields, and then another tab for custom fields. In this case, we have the two custom fields that I've created. One was a radio button, which I created before this recording, and the drop-down, which I created during this recording. So if we were to select one and click Save, then this information would be saved in this contact record, whether we've chosen it or whether they filled this out on a form. So let's go to a form and see how we can add a custom field to a form. I've got a tab open for this already as well. If you come to a campaign, you can open the landing page editor. From the landing page editor, we can scroll down to a form that I already have here. You can see that I've already created this form, and it has a name field and an email field. Simply click on the form and click Manage Form Fields. Here you can see again the name field with the hidden label. Now let's go ahead and check on Dropbox List. Let's add our custom field. Then we click drop down. We select the one that we've created. We don't want to hide the label in this case, so we'll leave that unchecked, but we do want to make it required. Now we could note that the label of the field doesn't appear here. This is because the label defaults to black, which is the same color as the background. So again, if we click on the form and we come to here, we can click on the header style. From here, we can click in and we can make that header style gray. Now at a lighter gray, we can clearly see the label. Let's add another custom field. Let's go to Manage Form Fields. Let's get rid of this field and let's add the radio button. So first I click on radio buttons and radio, and then I choose the one that I've created. I'm going to want to change the name of this one. We don't want test field 1 showing up. Again, we don't want to hide the label, but we do want to make the field required. So here we can see the label, but we're missing the inside labels. We can move back over to the left and click Label Style. The font color for the label style is white. So again, we can click inside the triangle and drag it down to black. Now we can see the labels inside. So from here, we would click Save. This is how you can add custom fields to your forms. If you need to delete a custom field, you can always come back to My Settings Custom Fields, check the box, and click Delete Custom Field. You can also delete the field here. Or as we mentioned, you can edit the field by changing the name. And that's it for custom fields.